Hi there, Aries. Welcome to Eyes to See Tarot and your freestyle general read for the upcoming weeks ahead. I'm going to go ahead and squeeze this in here and see if I have any messages for you today. Can I have the overall energy for Aries, please, for the upcoming weeks ahead? This is a general freestyle read. It's supposed to cover whatever comes out. It doesn't necessarily revolve around love and relationships, but if I see it, I'm going to tell you. Okay? Eight of Swords in reverse. The Wheel of Fortune in reverse. The Devil in reverse. And the Four of Wands. Okay, so Aries, what it looks like is... I have kind of released or freed myself from negativity energy, things like that going on, people around me, right? So I've kind of freed myself from that. I was able to kind of pull the wool over my eyes and distance myself from some negative influences, bad friends, liars, cheats, just somebody that is holding bad karma, right? Locked into it. I'm freeing myself from that and moving towards a more stable, more home-like feeling area. Now, the energy is that I'm not really changing areas. I'm not really changing people. It's a possibility that I am, but it's more a feeling of calm, resolve, that deep sigh after a hard, stressful battle or a hard day at work, right? Things aren't necessarily moving quickly. It's not like a light switch is the impression that I'm getting. It is more like filling a pool, or if you've ever filled a waterbed. It's a slow transition between what is happening or what had been happening and what is to come. But it does look like stability is right on course, right? I have the Nine of Cups in reverse there. You could be harboring a little bit of guilt, a little bit of remorse, a little bit. Are you sure that was necessary? Maybe. Maybe I'm sure it's pretty necessary. I'm going to go ahead and flip these two cards right here also because they came out, and I'm going to pull this one right here because it's kind of screaming at me, even though this deck has not been shuffled. Okay, yes. Seven of Pentacles right there. It's almost like I've put an end to something. Could have been chasing my tail, right? Could have been working very long hours at work, overtime, but not getting paid for it. There's some resistance. Ooh. Aries. There seems to be a little bit of a desire, a thought, like it's a haunting thought. It keeps popping up in my head. Oh, I'd love to go back and give them a piece of my mind, right? Let's not throw fuel on that fire, but at the same time, I want to go ahead and get that out there because whereas I could be moving away from, distancing, ignoring phone calls, staying away from certain people at work, even if I still talk to them and I just have resolved not to let them give me any advice or not to take any advice from them anymore, right? I'm freed from it. I'm awake again, right? But I still want to go tell them off. I still want to tell them something, right? We're going to dig a little bit deeper into it. I do see the Ten of Cups. It was on the bottom of the deck. We're going to go ahead and move a little bit deeper into the situation, the upcoming situation. I'd love to tell you that this is going on right now, but that is not what I asked Spirit. I don't want your perspective. I really don't want your input. I don't want to see things from your friend's view. I go just like right up here somewhere and I look down on the situation, a future situation. So you might not even see this coming yet. Go ahead and check back. Can I see a little bit more about the situation at hand? I want to expand on the story a little bit for them, please. Okay, so right now, in its essence, right now, it is the Four of Wands in the reverse. It is a little shaky, it's a little unstable, it's a little inconsistent. I don't really feel safe here. I don't feel safe to open up. I don't feel safe to give my opinion to you because it doesn't seem like it's not the same. Like you expect me to listen to you, but you, when it comes time for me to say something, you don't listen to me. I feel a little bit disrespected, honestly. And the Two of Cups in reverse. There you go. Okay, so this relationship read, be it a work relationship, be it a job, be it a family, whatever relationship this entails, I do see another person. There is another person that you're having some difficulties with. Right, got it. Got it. And your defenses are starting to go up. Now, in the upcoming, once you realize that maybe it's not necessarily that they were trying to steer you wrong either. Some people are just really naive, or they can only see the situation from their point of view. They haven't expanded their mind to look at things from all perspectives, right? So I will say that this person is a little naive, but you're overly trusting. Now, that doesn't sound like I'm calling it correct, but you're obviously at some kind of disrest at the moment. I don't want any more from that deck. No, I don't like this one. Can I see a little bit more about this ulterior thought process of going back and telling them what they think? Now, my jump go-to about this situation is that there's a chance that, okay, so I see the Empress, Justice, what? Okay, so this is definitely not what I would do, but it looks like it's being supported. Hold on, let me get the other three cards. Eight of Pentacles. King of Swords in reverse. Nine of Wands. It's a very profound, passionate, persistent desire to move forward with this tongue lashing. Dare I say tongue lashing? It's even, so to say, mental with the 5 and 6. It's thought. Like I keep going back to something, and I swear I'm never going to do that to anybody. I'm going to look at the bigger picture. Before I start putting my 2 cents in, I'm going to look at the bigger picture. You know what I'm saying? Like you're going back mentally, but the reason why you keep going back mentally, it keeps haunting you, you keep needing to give them a piece of your mind, is because it's necessary. It sounds like it's necessary. Okay, so what I have, like I said, the Knight of Wands in the upright. It's that passionate move forward. It's a King of Swords in reverse. This is that negative thinking. This is what I see. Maybe I might be being a little bit overly dramatic, but at the same time, that kind of fortitude. Why are these words coming out? Okay, so that kind of fortitude, it's solidifying that extra kick that you need, because if you would have come, as it were, you might be handling it with kid gloves, and Spirit just wants you to go in and, right? So they're giving you that little bit of added pressure. I also see the Eight of Pentacles. Don't think that you're going to be working anything out. Like, I'm not going to tell you what I think about you. I'm not going to tell you what I think about the situation because I expect some sort of change or I expect some sort of resolve. I'm telling you because I want to let you know exactly why. I'll probably blow you off every time you open your mouth. Every time, every time, every time, every time. Right? And herein lies the Justice card. All truths be told, all truths be known, both sides of the story come out, and nothing is left fuzzy or for the imagination. Nothing's left for the imagination. It is all out right there. And the Empress. So it feels, for all intents and purposes, that you are being compelled to give them a piece of your mind because it's necessary. And do keep in mind that when you do this thing, it's not ulterior motives. You're not trying to convince them or sell them or get them to vote you in or anything or see things from your side. You're not. You're just telling them. Our Aries, you're just telling them, right? Bottom of the deck, there's the Eight of Wands. That is that fast coming in communication, incoming communication. So Spirit seems to be beating on the doors of your heart right now because you are the messenger here, right? You are. Okay, what else do I have? I want to see a little bit more about this. Do I care about this person? I mean, obviously I do, and I did to some extent. And I cared enough and I trusted them enough to go ahead and take their advice and, lean towards it. But for some reason, I'm thinking that I like to center my readings on what I can control. I could dig into somebody and snoop and spy and everything all day long, but does that really resolve any problem at all, ever? No. No, in fact, all it does is kick me and keep me trapped in a little cage, a little kennel, a little corner of this deceptive behavior that will keep manifesting into my life again and again and again. So if you came to the channel expecting something like that, I'm sorry, I don't condone it. I'd much rather just address the root of the issue instead of treating the symptoms. I hope you appreciate it. All right. So right off the bat, I see the Five Pentacles. Yes, I didn't shuffle. No, I just picked up the deck. But hey, I don't even really know what I'm asking, right? Consideration, support, words of encouragement, please. I have the Four of Swords. I have the Universe. Both of these cards are in the upright, so maybe it's just a period of rest, settling, resolve, internal resolve. I have, on the back end of this, ascended, completed a cycle. I've ascended and completed a cycle. I'm no longer in that space after this, right? After this happens and it goes through like it goes through, and I speak my piece if I choose to do so. Real big on free will also. Give yourself some time to acclimate to your new headspace, right? Because it's going to be a headspace, it's going to be a heart space anytime we ascend, change frequencies, as somebody I might have said, right? I really don't feel a big change in me. Seven of Pentacles in reverse again. So the Seven of Pentacles in reverse again. Remember how I pulled that out earlier? Pulling something up, ending something. I'm ending something that obviously does not work for me, or hasn't been working for me. It doesn't work for the greater good. It doesn't necessarily have to mean that it works for you or it works against you. I could be a frog sitting in a boiling pot of water and be completely content for the rest of my life. How short that would be. But sometimes Spirit likes to move us. Sometimes. For the greater good at our sacrifice. Yeah. Been there, done that. All right, a little bit more, please. Do I have a little bit more? The Ace of Wands and the Hierophant. Okay, so don't take any action towards any other relationship, or don't take any action towards going overboard to teach them. You don't have to explain it to them. That's what I'm getting. Like, I'm not trying to explain you, to teach you, or to train you. That's not what this is. I'm getting it off my chest. Because then that gives them a reality check, and the rest is up to them. You check, and then you walk, right? You rest. You rest your eyes. You rest your head. Yes, you've probably been through a lot, right? Or it's been pretty much aggravating or nagging at you for a minute. So anyway, I'm seeing that passion's going, commitment's going. That could also be something, but I'm not leaning towards it, but I'm not denying that the cards could say something like that, right? It just doesn't seem to fit in the context of the current reading. I'm seeing a resting, a resolve. That's not a retreat. It's a recomposition. It's a recomposition and an acclimation to my new situation. Yay. Okay, with the Hierophant, like I said, it's not because I'm trying to teach somebody a lesson. I'm not trying to teach them. I'm not trying to preach to them. I'm not trying to teach them how to treat me. You would know how to treat me. You should know how to treat me. Well, I know how to treat me. That's all that really matters, right? I do. The Ace of Wands in reverse. Why some more? Some more? Let's do some more. And then we're going to pull a couple of cards on advice, but for right now, we're still just giving words of encouragement, direction, and why do I ask for encouragement? I have the Queen of Cups, I have the Five of Cups, I have the Star in reverse, and I have the Five of Swords in reverse. So, hey, walking away, regretting, holding my peace, really feeling, really understanding the depth of my emotions, but being able to, yes, there's going to be some regret. There's going to be hopeless feelings. You're going to feel the loss of it, right? You're going to feel some loss. Five of Swords in reverse, but that petty BS won't be happening anymore, right? It ends. It ends. The High Priestess in reverse. I see that there's going to be a pull, right? There's also, on the other end of that, there's going to be this emotional pull. There's going to be this intuitive pull, right? To teach, to rectify. I'm feeling a really big feeling that you will tend to feel sorry for them or feel like you've overreacted and said too much. even though you didn't necessarily say enough. Like you didn't explain yourself, so that they're left to their own devices in figuring out what you meant or what you said or where you were coming from. And you might get caught into the cycle of trying to explain that, but please don't. Just rest. Don't try to take any action. Don't try to teach them. Don't try to this, that, and the other. The High Priestess in reverse is also about not only about a disconnection with your intuition, but also about being extraordinarily secretive, right? You could feel guilty. You could feel a little bit of guilt because the answer is so obvious. The answer is so easy to figure out, and you're just not getting it. But Spirit says to me, don't waste any more time, because when it is their time, they will figure it out. Your job was to plant the seed, right? Okay, and now a little bit further into this also, and it escaped me. That's good. Go ahead. Give me something and then take it back. I don't mind. I don't mind at all. How about some advice? Yeah, that looked like the advice, honestly. Should go ahead and get out of here. But I like pulling cards, so let's see what it got. Let's see what they got. The Page of Cups. My sympathy. My sympathy to you. Because the thing is that it's not necessarily going to be the easiest thing, right? It's going to be a passionate push, and then I'm going to probably almost not even instantly, but regret saying it, because I've been handling it with kid gloves, or I'm a little bit more patient, or I'm a little bit more well-spoken than that usually. Anyway, Aries, I gotta go or I'll get sucked in and stuck trying to figure it out. Just let the messages come out, and I will touch base again with you in about 2 to 3 weeks. So keep an eye open for that. Until next time. Thanks for stopping at Eyes to See Tarot.